home. Decided to make a little stop and just check out the shoreline, another spot of the Keys. And kind of was trying to do earlier with the tide pools we found here. So I got my little clearish bucket. I started looking through some rocks. The first cool thing we found was a sea urchin. Just a common black sea urchin. Very similar to, I guess, sushi. Then, right next to him was large tulip snail. We're gonna release all these guys when we're done, but this is pretty cool. Sitting here on the shoreline. But up along here, we have all these little hermit crabs that'll go running around. And I think there was another unique find over here. It's under this rock here. There it is. We got a brittle star. These come in all colors. Put them in our little bucket for a few minutes. Same as the sea urchins, they come in a couple different colors. Luckily, most of them are hiding under the rocks. See, here's another one. You definitely don't want to squeeze them too hard or step on them because they don't feel good. See what else we find here. Got a whole bunch of little hermit crabs there. Oh, we just had the boat go by, so let's move that up a little bit before you're washed away. See what else is out here. So if you tuned in earlier, you would have seen some of the seagrasses. We just had a boat try to take everything from us here. It cooled down. We've found some pretty cool stuff here on the shoreline. We've got the sea urchin so far. That's one thing I've never tried from sushi yet is a sea urchin. Got the brittle star. The tulip snail. It's one of the biggest ones I've ever found. And we got a couple little hermit crabs crawling around the bottom. So back earlier today we saw some reds and brown algae. This stuff here is green and more like a carpet. But again, it feels like a old 70s carpet. And that stuff just is constantly filtering and feeding the wildlife. Hello, Jewel. We are in the Keys. Someone with the Freeman out making a run for the evening. Down here in the Florida Keys, exploring the coastlines. We were down towards Big Pine area earlier today. Now on the way back, found another little place to check out. Definitely today's the day of sea urchins, and here's called a decorator crab. Let's see if I can get him off the rock. So, what these guys will do is put stuff around them, on them, and we have another brittle star. The decorator crab will gather things and put them on themselves to camouflage. So that last starfish we found, he's missing some legs. So somebody got a free lunch out of him. We're just checking the coastline for some critters that are hanging out on the rocks, checking out the wildlife and dodging the boat wakes as they pass by. So far we found some sea urchins. And we've got a tulip snail and the brittle starfish. Gotta wait for this boat wake to finish up, and there'll be one right behind it again. Let's move our container up a little bit. Just some little hermit crabs on the bottom of that one. Unfortunately, they keep hiding as soon as you go near them. There's everything from little clams. He's dug in there pretty good. We found scallops. It's a great view down here. We're very lucky here in the Keys to get these beautiful skylines. Here's a smaller sea urchin. Plenty of sea urchins today. You can see they just kind of lock themselves on the rock. Put everybody back in their place. They don't like to be out during the daytime. They're too easily seen and too easily made a dinner or a lunch. Trying to find some of the other crabs we have living down here. This is the smallest one I've ever seen here. See if I can. There he is. That would be the smallest brittle star I've ever caught or seen. That's a pretty cool find there. He'll go climb himself right back into a rock hole. So we found octopus down here in the past. Always little fish during the summertime. Don't seem to be too many today. I've seen bristle worms. They're orange. Some little white bristles on them. So, just thought I'd share a couple of things I found today. We're gonna release them all back into the wild, so they can go back to doing what they do out here. This was a pretty good find here. Again, they go around, they eat other snails. So we're gonna actually put him right back in the same place he had going earlier. And I'm sure he's preparing his hunt for his meal tonight. This here is that little decorator crab. and one of the sea urchins. They camouflage themselves right in line with everything else. Got one of the brittle stars. They move really quick. And just like that, he's gone into his hiding spot till nighttime. Then they come out scavenging for food. But I'm really lucky to have these views so close to home. Good water sports, great fishing, great restaurants. And most of the time, a great sunset. Still got a little bit of haziness to the air from those fires for the past few days, but they're clearing up. All right, y'all. Just want to share this little bit, and we'll catch you on the next go around.